What's up, everybody? Welcome back to In-Depth Literature, everybody's favorite place on the internet. Make sure you guys go check out the life update post-vacation vlog we just posted on the Andrew Marlowe TV channel. I think you guys will enjoy it. Yes, I do have another channel. But today, it's all about books. I do want to talk about the books we're currently reading, some of the books we recently finished that I haven't got around to reviewing yet. And I also want to do a little quick book haul. I haven't done one of these style videos in a while, but this will be a nice little segue into the next review, which is actually going to be The Reader. I'm not going to talk too much about The Reader now because we are going to do an analysis of this, but we just finished this really profound, interesting, erotic, philosophical novel that I really enjoyed. You guys can check out the movie with Kate Winslet as well. So this is our most recently read book. We'll talk a little bit about the recently reads, the current reads, and then we'll do a little quick book haul for you guys. We also finished The Sound and the Fury by Mr. William Faulkner. And I'm actually going to take a little bit more time and read some more of Faulkner's material before we actually get into an analysis or a review of this, because Faulkner is a whole different animal, more complex, more esoteric. So we'll talk a little bit more about The Sound and the Fury in the future. And yeah, I hope you guys will look forward to these reviews. We just finished A Farewell to Arms. You guys can check out that review as well. So now we're segueing into the current reads. We did recently start Victor Hugo's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which I'm enjoying profoundly. And we definitely have a really in-depth analysis of this coming out in the future. Making lots of annotations and lots of notes, lots of sticky notes. We're currently on page 169, so we're blowing right through this. I was really happy to finally get into another Barnes & Noble's classic edition. It's getting a little worn and beat up already, which is pretty cool. I did have to sort of, relent and just really start marking these up, and they're not very expensive, but they are beautiful books. So more on Victor Hugo in the future. We do have Les Miserables planned for some time in the future. Also, just real quick, we're still getting through the Old Testament. We're currently on Chronicles, so we're on page 701 in the Bible. We've knocked out a really decent chunk of it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the Old Testament's going to be wrapped up and how it kind of fits in with the Christian ideology of the New Testament. Up next, we have Perfect Murder, Perfect Town, a little retrospective about JonBenet Ramsey. It is very heavy material, so I don't read it every day, but I'm really enjoying learning about the sort of the process of the investigation, all the suspects that came up, and there's actually some really cryptic, sort of esoteric, crazy stuff in here, conspiratorial stuff that we might cover that comes up. So this will maybe we'll save JonBenet for like a live stream or something, do like a little Jay Dyer style conspiracy video. So that's been really interesting and kind of heartbreaking to see the process of the botched investigation of JonBenet Ramsey. So up next we have Of Time in the River. I actually took the dust jacket off just because it's a little easier to handle. This is our second time experiencing Of Time in the River, and I'm telling you, I'm really enjoying it so much more the second time, really remembering a lot more. We're currently on page 553. You guys might have heard me read some excerpts on my vacation vlog, reading Of Time in the River, making plenty of annotations in this copy as well. I was a little hesitant to mark this copy up because it's just a beautiful hardcover book, but you just got to go for broke and really get into it. So I'm going to talk about some stuff we have planned I think our next Faulkner is going to be Intruder in the Dust. This seems like it's not maybe quite as complex or esoteric as Sound and the Fury or even As I Lay Dying, but I'm really looking forward to getting some more Faulkner under our belt. Just excuse me for 1 second. So that's Intruder in the Dust. I'm looking forward to getting some more Faulkner under our belt. And we also just finished Tennessee Williams' Streetcar Named Desire. You guys can check out that review. So I do want to sort of get back into Robert Greene and maybe do like a Robert Greene retrospective. So we're going to re-explore The Art of Seduction. This is probably my favorite Robert Greene book. I like a lot of his books, but this one seems like a really good place to start. I've already read this in the past. So that's going to be nice exploring Robert Greene again. It's going to take us a while to get through that. So up next, we have some classics. We have some contemporary modern stuff. We have some plays. So let's get into it. I found this really beautiful copy of The Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas. Really looking forward to, getting into some more Dumas. A couple months ago, we finished Count of Monte Cristo. So this is going to be really great to get this under our belt. I really love this really small paperback version. Up next, we have this tiny copy of The Pearl, little paperback. I think this is Penguin, old school Steinbeck Penguin edition of The Pearl. You guys might not be familiar with this, but I'm really looking forward to getting some more Steinbeck under our belt. We actually have several Steinbeck in this book haul here. Up next, we have some more Faulkner. We got a nice copy of Absalom, as well as Light in August. So Light in August is probably the longest Faulkner novel, I want to say. It looks really dense. It looks really thick. But Absalom is supposed to be really great. Did I say Light? Yeah. Light in August is the real thick one. Absalom is pretty dense as well. But these all go in the same. Actually, I think these might be in a different series. I can't tell. But it's just been really nice. I kind of scoffed at Faulkner for the longest time, but after I read Sound and the Fury, I was really interested in what he's doing. Up next, we have this beautiful vintage copy of The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. This actually looks like one of my old, what was he, like a home ec teacher I had or something, or like a carpenter teacher I took in middle school. So that's always reminded me of this. I just really love this edition. And I have read The Grapes of Wrath. I just really, really love this print. It's really big. So we will be doing some more Steinbeck. And I'll get to where's that other book I wanted to show you? Oh, it's right here. We actually have this beautiful vintage copy of East of Eden, which is absolutely beautiful. This is why you got to hit up the used bookstores, because you just never know what you're going to find. It's got a nice little picture of Steinbeck himself there. East of Eden is probably, one of the quintessential Steinbeck novels. This one's in perfect, beautiful condition. I could sit here and sniff it for 20 minutes. But I should probably move on with the video. And up next, we have this beautiful copy of Shirley by Charlotte Bronte. And I do want to sort of get into some more of the women classics, the women authors. We've read Jane Eyre. I'm going to probably do a rereading of it before we explore Shirley. But Shirley looks really, really interesting. This is a brand new copy that smells really beautiful and delightful. We do have some more female authors here. We have this nice Oxford copy of Emma by Jane Austen. I know a lot of people scoff at Jane Austen as well, but we are going to try to read Emma. We're going to try to read Jane Austen in general. Have this beautiful copy of Northanger Abbey. If we have any Jane Austen scholars, readers out there, please let me know. I'm looking forward to sort of getting into her universe. She's probably my least explored classic author. Up next, we have this really cool Penguin edition of Leo Tolstoy's Resurrection. This is one of his final novels, which I'm really looking forward to exploring. We just currently read the biography as well as Anna Karenina. So I'm really looking forward to getting into more Tolstoy just to kind of further solidify his worldview in literature. Up next, we have Jeannie, a scientific tragedy. The story of Jeannie, what was her name? Jeannie Wilder. Really tragic story. I don't want to talk too much about this until I read it. Shrouded Hand actually made a really good video about this. So you guys can check out Jeannie Wilder, the true tragic story of Jeannie Wilder. Up next, we have 6 plays by Henry Ibsen. I have this beautiful, really, really dense, long Barnes & Noble's classic copy. So we are trying to make an effort to read more plays. This copy smells really nice. I'm really looking forward to getting into some more plays. So we will be doing that almost at the end of the book haul here, I promise. So we have been collecting Tolkien as well. Been collecting these little paperbacks as well as some others as well. Up next, we have this vintage copy of The Hobbit. I think I might have actually showed this to you guys, but I'm currently storing it with the rest of the small Tolkien paperbacks. So that's just awesome. I love collecting Tolkien. And we found the entire collection of The Lord of the Rings in this particular small paperback version, which I love. I grew up with these. I still have to get The Hobbit. The Hobbit kind of looks like this. It's black, but this is just what they look like. Just beautiful artwork. I love that gold inlay on the Tolkien part. They're just really compact. They hold up over time. They're just really great copies to have. I love the artwork on here, especially this one is just absolutely beautiful. So these are some little vintage Tolkien paperbacks, but they're in excellent condition. And up next, we have this beautiful paperback of Harry Turtledove. He sort of writes revisionist Confederate history, post-Civil War, during the Civil War, if the South won the war. So whether you agree with that politically or ideological is, neither here nor there, but I'm definitely interested to see what Guns of the South is all about. This is sort of Harry Turtledove's worldview for the, the success or the revisionist, I guess, fantasy of the Confederate the Confederacy conquering over the Union, right? Up next, we have Pat Conroy, the great Santini. I know Pat Conroy was influenced by Thomas Wolfe quite a bit, so this looks like it's going to be really interesting. Maybe sort of like a Gone with the Wind type vibe. I'm not really sure what this is all about, but really looking forward to getting into Pat Conroy. Got a couple more here. We've got Butcher's Crossing by John Williams. And no, it's not the composer John Williams, it's the author. And this is actually supposed to be more brutal than Blood Meridian. So if we have any Butcher's Crossing scholars out there, please let me know. I love this copy that I found on Amazon. It's like very green and just really nice. That's going to be a really interesting. That's also sort of like revisionist history. So we'll check that out. We got Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar. Sylvia Plath doesn't need too much of an introduction. Really happy to have this back in the collection, and we will definitely be doing an analysis of Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar. Up next, we have some Moliere. So we have The Misanthrope and Tartuffe. Not sure how to pronounce that. Edited by Richard Wilbur, but these are the plays of Moliere. Benjamin McVoy actually made a really good retrospective of Moliere, so I'm really looking forward to Moliere's worldview, French poet, French playwright rather. Up next, we got some historical stuff. We got The New Jim Crow. I was really interested to sort of get a more modern racial perspective on, the jailing system and the criminal justice system and all that stuff. So if we have any fans of this book, scholars, please let me know. It's probably a little Marxist, but I'm sure it's going to be educational. And I like to read things that, maybe are a little bit outside of my comfort zone. So that's why we're going to pick that up. And last but not leastly, I finally got this beautiful brand new copy of Farmer Giles of Ham by J.R.R. Tolkien. So really, really looking forward to that. I read this as a kid. Just a beautiful little green paperback here. Don't want to cover up the microphone. So that is the book reading / book haul update. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And stick around for the new analysis that we have coming up on the channel. And I'll speak with you all again soon.